Hey crew, it's Coach Josh here with GarageGangGyms.com, and you guys are struggling with finding the depth in your squat, or you're wanting to improve your depth. So you guys have been in a class, you've seen this drill before, where somebody grabs onto the upright of a rack and tells you to sit down as low as you possibly can. Now you can definitely see how this can help me get my hips lower, but at the expense of not only my balance, but also my structural integrity, right? My spine is very, very rounded. You'd never catch a clean here, do a front squat or even a back squat in this position. So what we wanna make sure is happening is, yes, this drill can be a great starting point, but how do we build this into an actually better controlled squat? And here's how we can do it. So what we need to think about is right now, my hips are actually behind my feet, right? Even though they're tucked under and they're close, they're way behind my feet back here. I wanna actually take my hips and bring them right over the centers of my feet. And the way I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna think about trying to take my tailbone and tilt it back. We are tilting our tailbone behind us so that our hips come up and onto our legs and over our feet. And I can use my arms to help unload my body so I can pull on this rack, and that's gonna help me unload my hips so that I can point my tailbone back. Now, what you're gonna feel is more quad engagement, which is great. That's gonna make sure that when we're actually squatting, we're squatting into our prime movers and not just our lower back. But I can kind of play around here and take that mobility drill and turn it into a flexibility drill, something I can actually strengthen and control. What I'm trying to do is really get my shoulders forward, yet still being up, really trying to get that lower back in tight. I'm gonna take a good breath so that you can actually see with a good brace what that looks like. So I'm in here. Now you can already see what the next step is once you've been here and you maybe spend days, weeks, whatever, maybe you're here 30 seconds at a time, 2-3 times a day, eventually you can let go. And the whole point is, if this is where we started, we set our hips on top of our feet, and then we're able to let go. Now we're actually strengthening the bottom position using our whole body weight. This helps me balance. This makes it my entire body weight. Now we can progress this by using a plate. Now I highly recommend we start learning how to squat better from the bottom up. So we want to get into our position, feel that lower back, get a good brace, then lift the plate into position, right? The rack wouldn't be there anymore. It's gonna be here, tight, lift the plate into position. I can brace it up against my knees if I feel like maybe it's a little too heavy, or I'm really trying to work on that lower back, tilting my tailbone behind me. But I can also put this plate off of my legs, really try to brace, and then stand up. The most important thing is that we do stand up. We have that good position, we brace, we are tilting our tailbone behind us so that our hips come up and onto our legs and over our feet. Then we brace, we drive against the ground, trying to maintain that angle. Most important thing with any squat is keeping a consistent torso angle. If our hips are down below us and our torso is like this, our body has to pitch in order to come back up. So if we can tilt our tailbone so that it stacks our hips onto our legs so that it's over the centers of our feet, we're able to press up out of that spring with a good consistent torso angle. So start with your hips down, then get your hips on top of your legs, then let go, then start to add some weight. From there, if you're a barbell athlete, then you can put the bar on your back and again, start it from the bottom up. Go down under nice control, pause for a moment, make sure everything's stacked how you'd like it. You feel your quads burning on top. Take a big breath, you brace, that lower back's nice and tight, you drive up into the bar, and then you do it again. As you are rebuilding this squat, you'll be more and more consistent, you'll be more and more strong, and your back will hurt less, your knees will hurt less, you'll just feel more confident when you're squatting. So again, this is Coach Josh with GarageGangGyms.com. If you guys want to take a deep dive on squatting, front squats and back squats, head over to the YouTube channel. I've got full-length deep dives that will help you master the back squat and the front squat. I'll see you guys there.